mentioned the right back from Norway, we mentioned Anthony Gordon, that's where England's main threat is. And
hey everyone, well I'm on for the second half, and maybe more, depending on how far this one goes, but boy, I'm relieved England got that equaliser on half-time. Because we've been a bit iffy at times in this half, and Norway definitely deserved their lead. It looked early on like they were for the taking a bit, but they've always got that solid game plan where they'll slowly play their way into the game and ride their luck. Then the other team doesn't score. They've got a very solid structure and base. And England have looked iffy defensively this tournament, and we saw that again later in that half. And with someone like Haaland around, it could have been 2. You never know. But we got the goal right at the right time. Could have been 2 right there. They had a chance to make it 2, and their player hesitated. Either should have been more decisive in going for goal himself, or he should have passed it to Haaland, who had space. So that could be a turning point for England, the fact that Norway didn't make it 2 there. We'll see. The boost of that goal probably puts us back in the ascendancy, but you still can't underestimate Norway. I am. Hey, Clement, how are you? Welcome to the stream.
Hey, Sainsbury's. As Sue's mourned the end of her Taste the Difference Victoria cherry tomatoes, she didn't think about how they were especially ripened on the vine, or how each one was carefully selected for an intense sweet burst of flavour. Instead, she simply eulogized the proper class, a fitting tribute.
But again, not that I want to be too negative, because we're back in the game, and if we go on and win, we're in the semis, which is, when you get that far, you've got a chance of winning it. But there are signs once again tonight why maybe we won't win it. You know, if we come up against France or Spain, maybe even Argentina, we could get punished even more. That's sort of why I'm a bit hesitant to say England can win the World Cup, or will. I mean, obviously they can, but I still think you put in France, Spain, maybe even Argentina ahead of us overall. But we'll see. Hopefully now that we've got that equaliser, we can go on and win the game. Probably switched over to the
When North African frying traditions and Spanish dough, Spain made the churro. After Jamaicans took their sound systems to the UK, it shaped the sound of punk. And this is what the world gets when 48 nations need to play one together.
The best thing was this one. I feel at home with them, even now I see. We're not just mates, we're shipmates. I was born in Basildon, while I was made in the Royal Navy.
Hey, Meta, here's something that fits my vibe. Take a picture.
I will be staying up for the other quarterfinal later, Argentina and Switzerland. That's not on for a few hours yet, but winner of this plays winner of that.
Half-time in Miami then is England 1, Norway 1.
And I don't think that'll be an easy game for Argentina. Especially since they've been quite lucky the last couple of games to scrape through.
This autumn on ITV and STV.
1-1 in Miami at half-time. Jude Bellingham with a 5-foot England equaliser. Second half on the way. For the second half, let's get the thoughts of the England assistant head coach, Anthony Barry.
Well, Anthony, it's good at the perfect time. How do you reflect on the half and now what you need in the second half? I feel like the environment, the climate impacted the first 20-25 minutes. Although we had total control and the dominance in the game, it diluted our edge, our offensive power. Then from the Waterberg, we had far too many ball losses. We invited Norway into the counter-attacks. They came into the game where they were almost dormant until that point, and then they have the Haaland warning chance, and then score with maybe an undeserved wonder shot, I would say. But then, of course, we get the important goal ourselves right before the half-time. So I feel like it released the stadium, it released our lads, and now it's all to play for in the second half. Thank you. Good luck.
Well, I think if we were sitting where you're sitting, we'd all agree with what Anthony Barry said there.
Yeah, he summed it up well. Yeah, again, it's just, at this level, England, when people talk about England, the first 20-25 minutes, they're comfortable. That's going to be a dangerous place to be. And you can't be sloppy, because you wouldn't be punished, particularly the attacking players.
Can't be sloppy.
But again, England then showed their brilliance. They've lost momentum, they've won it back. They've got to finish the job now.
England may well be making a couple of changes at half-time. That's not confirmed yet, so we'll let Lee and Sam just... No, well, maybe I think Saka and Eze apparently were maybe coming on.
I would think Magweki on that right side.
Well, Eze's coming on then, absolutely, yes.
I think Magweki would Declan Rice, because Declan Rice in the first half, look what was up with him, obviously set pieces he was struggling with, and I wonder whether actually he looked fit or not. So I wonder whether it's Rice and Bellingham goes back, one and Magweki on that right side, and Saka.
It sounds like it is that, because he has been struggling in the first half. You could tell, with set pieces, he's not right. The way he's been playing, he doesn't look right.
Well, we all know what he has been going through, Declan Rice, because he's talked about it. But it's 1-1 at the break. England have made a couple of changes, and Lee Dixon and Sam out of pace.
Yeah, Saka didn't start. That's interesting.
And you can see confirmation
of changes at the bottom of your screen. Around at the back.
And Declan Rice and Noddy Madueke.
Hopefully that tightens things up.
DJ Steve Aoki was wowing the crowd at half-time. He played his hit song, Pursuit of Happiness. Thomas Tuchel and Anthony Barry didn't appear too happy at half-time, but that half-time break was a lot more comfortable than it could have been just moments before. Lee Dixon, thanks to Jude Bellingham. Yeah, absolutely. Saved us again. And just look it down just before the kick-off.
Well, I did say 2-1 to England, so that's very much on the cards.
Taking from a 10 to 1 on side. Anderson Obviously, Saka on his right hand side.
Rudy Mbappe has scored more goals at World Cups at the age 24 or under than Jude Bellingham. That's the kind of company that he's keeping. That's the kind of zone that he's in. Interesting to see how Norway deal with the change in the England midfield.
Saka is always a good one to bring on.
A handful of appearances, all of them off the bench. Only 55 minutes so far. How you adapt quickly to the conditions is going to be important too. Gordon. He's up against Ryerson again. Stepping in field, came onto the free kick, used his body shape well. Berger came across and obliged. Free kick.
Brilliant for Gordon again. He's got Ryerson on toast, he really has. Take him either way. He doesn't know what to do before that. He's trying to foul Kane. This is a really good position, a bit of an angle as well.
A very place for Fulham in the Premier League.
Well, we got options there. We need it. Better quality than the last free kick.
Obviously, struggling with illness this week. He's mentioned it. They have mentioned it. In 45 minutes, was determined to come out and fight.
Probably makes sense to protect Rice. He only just made it.
Snapping over this free kick is his Arsenal teammate. I wonder who he wants to take it. First real involvement in the game for Eberechi of Arsenal. It's the back of Anthony Gordon, who flies behind the way for a goal kick. I wonder how much extra responsibility the reconfigured midfield puts on Elliot Anderson. He gets a fraction of the noise that the others in the team get, the other superstars. But no England player has made more tackles or won more duels at this World Cup than Elliot Anderson. Well, they're actually going to be teammates soon.
You got the game on, Club Matt.
His nations have a long storied history. Met 12 times before, never before at a major tournament. They've won 7 Norway 2, 3 draws. Here's Iron.
Reckon Norway will bring on Oscar Bob at some point. He made a good impact in the Brazil game. Reliable winger.
Saka is tracked him. He took the ball out of play there. Not certain about it, but the assistant on this near side was. This is a big stadium. Right now, Solbakken is trying to wrestle back the momentum that they had in the second part of that first half, but they're determined not to let them have it. It's a crucial part of the game now. Fires it forward.
Okay.
Quickly to Bellingham. great manipulation of the ball from Bellingham. Behind Saka, but England are on the front foot now. Here's Anderson.
Sort of similar to the way it was for like the first half of the first half, where I think if England can take advantage and build on their momentum and get now the second goal, then you would probably expect them to go on and win. But if Norway can hold on and dig in and make it hard for England, then the longer they keep it at 1-1, they'll work their way into the game again and have chances.
Chopping on that left foot, trying to draw it down towards the near post, but it was blocked by Muller-Walker.
The chance of a break there, Norway. Haaland just overs that. Doesn't even touch it. Messed it up on the halfway line. Fancy Saka there on the left foot.
And they know England are vulnerable on the counter-attack, so they will probably have other chances, Norway.
Yeah, miss it across. Ezra just going to sleep there. Berger getting away from him in midfield. Was he my man? Yes, he was. Really safe in the end for Pickford, but just had to be aware.
Yeah, Pickford was a bit slack for that goal.
I know there was a focus on him in that first half. He will hope England can do the damage at the other end. Get him out of a bit of a hole. Norway fans inclined voice behind that goal. Most of their supporters stationed behind where Pickford is, trying to keep them out.
Normally, Norway are pretty good from set pieces.
Corner into the near post dealt with by Harry Kane.
Not the best delivery on that one, though.
Ended by Ryerson. Haaland with a header. And he just about got enough on it to turn it round the post. There's a moment of worry amongst the England fans. It might slip under his body.
He did a couple of brilliant saves in Mexico. For him, he's a little bit sure. I think he's just worried about bounce off the turn. Certainly going in, you just have to make sure. On occasions, obviously the goal that seeing the replays at half time, pulling his hand away.
Looking on, sun on the pitch. Both of them have played at World Cups for Norway now. Say 94. Haaland was in the Norwegian team. It's been 28 years since Norway were last in a World Cup. Rice's delivery. Travel a long way. Far too far. I think Kane got the flick on it to the near post, which has set it out for another corner.
Somebody watching what's going on in the corner. In the box. And Henderson's job is Haaland to block it. The headers away for the ball. Slipping to Clue, but he got away then, Haaland. Last minute.
Stones on the shoulder, even though there was a wag of the finger from Jordan Pickford.
The referee's just having a word with him, saying, stop pulling the shirt. What are you supposed to do? He's 6 foot. What is he? Haaland?
Too big.
Too big. I don't know where they both of them now.
The same height as Sørloth. Sørloth is listed as 6'5". I think he's just a little tiny bit bigger. Ball into the near post again. He's come loose.
Oh.
Big save.
Oh. There you go.
Who had had a warning from the previous set piece, have now suffered more damage. England complained again about a foul that was apparent in the build-up. But Norway is celebrating a second goal.
Well, he's listening because there was a push on Elliott from Haaland. We just mentioned it. He pushes him to the ground.
Wow.
The corner comes in. I'm not sure who was involved.
Sloppy again from England, but I don't know if they're going to take it to VAR. He did push him, but he also went over a bit easily. Against Pickford, not the best save from that.
Yes, they're going to be checking in Haaland. As you see, there's a full extension of that push, and the question that the VAR is looking at is whether or not that would have prevented him from meaningfully being able to have an impact and to defend that ball. I would be surprised if there is not a recommendation to overturn this goal for a foul in the attacking play.
He's certainly been set to the monitor. And that would suggest
England might have a reprieve.
And reverse the decision to award the goal. But it's basically on the shoulders of Clement Turpin. It's his interpretation of this. There is a push, there's no doubt. Feeling there, you're going to go down. Is that enough? And we're about to find out. Here is Clement Turpin, who's had history with England before. Before the ball was kicked.
I think they might have disallowed it because the Norway players don't look too happy.
After review, number 9 of Norway pushed the defensive cover before the ball was in play. Manner's decision got there repeated.
Haaland asking for explanation. The decision in these circumstances.
Lucky England.
Is a retake of the corner. Jordan Pickford doesn't know that, so he's set up to save a free kick on the edge of the area. But it's because the ball hadn't come into play, and it's one of those new interpretations, Lee.
The corner before, I pointed it out. The referee had a word with both of them. There was a lot of pushing, holding. He said to.
I think he's a bit lucky there. I think he's gone over too easy.
And then Haaland's pushed him to the ground, so it was all there for everybody to see. It was definitely a push. If that happens on the halfway line, he gives a free kick, so it's no different.
Well, if it happens in the Premier League, quite to the new interpretations coming in, it's given as a goal because the pushing showing happened before the ball was kicked. But it was adopted at the beginning of this tournament.
Well, maybe it will be England's night. They got the goal at the right time, right on half time. And they got a bit of luck there. Norway corner though.
Haaland tries to get there as well. More breaks for Bellingham. Good challenge by shoulder. It does go out for a Norwegian throw. Well, just as up the ante in terms of atmosphere. Poppenberg on the far side, but a man who's had injury issues all tournament. Julian Eliasson. That's been issue was daunting throughout the tournament. I think we'll have another significant stoppage in play. I see that Anderson been marking on in the first place.
Oh, he's a blocker. He's trying to slow it down. The headers of the ball are all set on the 6-yard box. When the ball is a free kick to the without letting it go, but it's taking you. I mean, his heart dropped because it's not an easy task, is it? Let's face it.
Hey Cindy, how are you?
Rising is being encouraged to leave the field by Clement Turpin. Alshness, who came on in that game against Brazil and played at right back, normally a midfielder, will come in and play in that position now. The rejig for the Norwegian defence, and it's something they have to get used to. Almost.
Yeah, okay, Cindy. England doing things the hard way. What else is new? I think our luck might be in after that disallowed goal for Norway. I think it was a bit harsh. I know it was a push, but I do think he went down way too easily.
decision. Now he's got to make an intervention and does just about. Unfortunate that Sherlock was too slow to react. Okay. Bellingham holding the ball up well, trying to feed Kane. Needing a bit more help, I think.
No, similar pattern to the first half. Norway finding their feet in the game again, and except it's been a bit more even. This is where the heat comes into it.
Scored and you got back in it just before half time. Norway had a goal disallowed in the second half.
Yeah, it's on the edge, Cindy. I mean, I thought when we got that goal right on half time, I thought, well, that's the turning point. Because Norway are a tough nut to crack. I mean, if it stayed 1-0, obviously it's only 1-0, but, you know, the longer the game went on, it would be harder. And Norway would still have chances because England are vulnerable at the back, and you've obviously got Haaland, but then so far it hasn't quite gone to plan in the second half. But like I said, maybe the luck's going our way today with that disallowed goal. But it's similar to first half. I think the longer it goes at 1-1, maybe the better it is for Norway. Although they're now having their spell where they're sort of dominating, so maybe it's similar to England first half where they need to take advantage.
At some point. One is by Sherlock. Odegaard maybe overhit that. The assistant on the far side eventually saw it.
But like I said, Cindy, I don't think England can win the World Cup defending the way they are. Because if we get through this, we're going to be playing an even better standard of team. And they're even more likely to punish us.
Deciding not to take any action. So far, when the turn back, they do have 4 players that have to be very careful. There will be a bit of a type of should they get to the semi-final, which is of course their aim. All over the top towards Haaland. Still good. They actually got 5 players on the yellow card, but luckily Rice and Henderson both off the pitch.
Could be a long night.
Pick up a yellow card and a broken arm in a brief appearance in Mexico. Saw a brief appearance and we're on box Arsene Wenger alongside Cesc Fabregas. A rather successful spell as the head coach of Como in Serie A, Cesc Fabregas.
Mm.
Good. Yet to test Ashness. Mind doing that. Goes on the outside and beats him.
That's better.
Going up in the centre. Kane was waiting for it, but didn't quite. Nicked off his toes at the very last. We wondered whether or not Gordon would continue his run of shoveling fullback. Certainly looks like he might. What we do is stop really control the ball.
You mean to the final? Yeah, I could see us. You know, if we win tonight, we're obviously in the mix. And that's the thing about knockout football. It's a one-off game, and you're right. Argentina have been iffy. Obviously, they've still got Messi, and they find a way to win. I mean, you say that about England, but Argentina as well find ways to win when it looks like they're out. I think semi-final was minimum before the tournament, because obviously in recent tournaments, England had been, you know, they'd had a couple finals, they had a semi-final. So probably, you know, it looked like quite a wide open World Cup. So probably semi-final was at least their aim. And then after that, you don't know. You're in the mix. Yeah, I thought they'd bring on Oscar Bob at some point. He's a useful player.
This is extremely tense. I know wherever you are, Ian, what do you say about that?
Well, you know, again, you know, that disallowed goal kind of gave them a little bit of impetus, and they started to play through us a bit. You know, they're making chances again. I'm making us feel uncomfortable again. I just want us to get back on it. You know, I was thinking maybe Morgan Rogers would have came on, but like I know that Eze's got moments in him, but at the same time, I would like to see us get on the ball and get it forward a bit more, get it to Saka a bit quicker.
England are very open, Gary.
Yeah, I think obviously Jude Bellingham just dropping back on. He's obviously more of an attacking player. I do feel that there's more space in that midfield. I feel like we're a little bit more vulnerable to the counter attack. And yeah, look.
Well, Norway benefited from the hydration break in the first half. Maybe we'll benefit from it this half.
Well, obviously that's a risk. He's come back from injury. They were taking stones off and making changes at the back. But it's fine. Yeah, it's finely balanced, no doubt. But it's not easy. It's not meant to be easy. But you just got to be careful. Obviously, Norway get some positive substitutions that made it for players on the break. But
it's not easy. It's not meant to be easy.
I think Jordan Pickford's got to settle down a little bit. He's wanting to get involved a little bit too much. Obviously, had a couple of errors in the game, and yeah, we just need a bit of composure.
This is where the characters and the personalities are pouring out. Because obviously there's not much in it between the players at the moment. It's just that desire, that will to win. Tuchel, can you find an extra tweak with maybe one of the substitutions? You can find lines got up and a big 20 minutes.
We've got 3 or 4 players on the yellow card as well. And if they get a yellow card in this game, they miss the semi if we go through. So we have to be careful of that as well.
Absolutely no chance of you're going to sleep if you were thinking about going to bed. So
Harry Kane's been on a moment, isn't it?
Just half a moment from that cross, didn't he?
Yeah, but
Quite sure.
he'll get a chance. We can't think for 90 minutes. Obviously, they're thinking about Haaland interest, but we're thinking that Harry's going to get a chance at some point.
Living on a prayer.
Oh, the tension. That's why we love it and we hate it at the same time, Lee and Sam.
Try not to bite too many of your fingernails. It is careful and it's coiled. You have to be watchful. Big moments still. They're being saved up. Reece James on.
Not sure why he's bringing Reece James on for Gordon.
Bellingham will return to the 10. And Reece James, whose injury issues have been, well,
because he was almost not fit for the squad. It's obviously tactical to shore up the back line again and shuffle things around, but it's a bit of a weird change.
Just starting to get a bit of control with Odegaard in there. We're just telling him to look at hopefully.
They work so hard, use so many different methods to prepare themselves for this exact occasion. The heat, the humidity, the nature of a quarterfinal in Miami where temperature is still well in the 30s. The humidity makes it feel like it's a lot more than that. Ice vest, palm coolers, special slushies all been used. Chris James is first.
Living dangerously again.
Almost gave away the ball in a dangerous area. England now looking to break at the other end. Ryan did enough to hold off Anderson.
Just straight away to get too much of the ball. Said it before, say it again. Too much of the ball, you might say it's wearing you down. It's just picking up little passes, linking departments together.
Talking about Odegaard.
Yes. I don't like it.
Well, Anderson has gone back to stand on him. That was something that hadn't happened in the opening period of the second half. It was certainly something that was apparent in that first 45. Major influence Odegaard on this team going through the tournament. 3 assists, I mentioned it already. He's the creative heartbeat of this Norwegian team. The Norwegian team have never been to a quarterfinal before. England have had far more tournament experience, especially in recent years, and they may have to dip into those reserves.
It's been a great tournament for Norway, even if they lose this. And they haven't disgraced themselves today.
That exact position. He has got a shot on him and a delivery that can cause problems. Not on that occasion. Haaland got there ahead of Gay. Gay's gone down and England have just got to reshape here. Haaland's continued his run through the middle. Stones and Conter have got an eye on him.
Come on.
Butler's picked it up. He timed his intervention well. And he had to, because England looked for a moment there as if they were creaking.
He's still down. Asking for a free kick to get himself back. He's got hit. He's got hit on the break there. Just run out of players at the back. He's really got a part of it.
Well, I think he's showing Clement Turpin just how much contact there was. There's a rip in the sock. Yeah, but some of them have a choice. I'm not sure that one was. Searching for Haaland. Away down Kelly, who's back in his position. Haaland tries to tee up for Patrick Berg. Conter with a header. Comes back out of Noosa. England have to stay concentrated. Noosa picks it up. Tries to come in field. Conter is there.
Good play, good defending, good header, far post first. You've got centre half playing right back. That's where he should be. You're never going to get out jumping there.
Konza did well. He plays for my team, Cindy, so we'll win him on to do well.
Chelsea manager, of course. And then Haaland of Manchester City. Trying to cause more problems from another set piece.
Yeah, him and Rodgers, who's on the bench, plays for my team.
Here's the kind of game that literally has you right on the edge of your seat. Shuffle towards the edge of mine. Here's Berg. Pickford comes. It's a punch on him. Auschwitz tries to return it.
Oh! Fuck's sake. Aston Villa. Fuck yeah.
Brilliant clearance. After it hits the bar, I think he gets something on it when it comes back in. It's a great lead there, far post. Sponser, is it?
One of our fullbacks plays for France as well.
Inches. We're talking inches. This bit defending.
No, not quite Cindy, but nearly. They hit the bar, and then there was a bit of a scramble, and eventually England got it away.
The alarm bell should be ringing. It's difficult to stop and see the size and stature of Norway. England have to find a way.
It's just surprising, like I said that before the game. Big man's can't head it, left back needs to head.
Reece James. Always by Berger. Riley tries to find Pezek. James again. Now Stokes. Now it's on the Saka once more. Attempts to cutting in and putting a left foot cross as well blocked, and then Gay marshals Haaland well. It was interesting to see how those two ended up coming together and battling, bearing in mind they spent so much time training together at Manchester City. Ezra's delivery. Haggard with a header away. And let's turn to have a spell of possession in Norwegian territory. Stokes. Saka.
Yeah, we need a bit more position.
He was coming in and he was not too far away from connecting it. It was just over the head of Harry Kane.
That's what we do, this Norwegian defence. You cut in on the unswinging cross and drop deep. Look how deep they are. They're on the 6-yard box. It's got to be in the mind of the crosses. Just put it in there. Anderson nearly gets on the end of it. But their instinct is just to drop towards their own goal.
It's a good job that the ball hit the crossbar because an inch or two lower, if it was not getting there.
Let's get a feeling of one or the other. It's Kane and Palm.
Big stars in their own right, big stars certainly lit up this World Cup. That's what they're rooting for. Berger. Erdegaard. Just standing inside the 18-yard box. The play and ball to come to him. Patrick Berger lips. Such a great season in Europe last year. Oscar Bob. Now Fulham. Rasmus. Keep thinking about this Norway side. So many of their players now play in the top leagues in and around Europe. Wasn't always the case. Two good players that could catch the rest, but not anymore. Here's Musa. By O'Reilly.
It's a good header.
Like the ball really well.
Slightly high line from England. Like drop as good as Norway can do. Just gives particular chance as well to see them fight the ball and choose where they come to punch it out or catch a ball. On top of the goalkeeper, they haven't really got a choice at all.
His goal was disallowed at the beginning of the second half. gone over a little bit too easily for turn backs like him. Noosa. Alshness. Oscar Bob. Trying to make some room for the cross, which is stopped by Reece James. Bellingham trying to get it further away from danger. Back in by Alshness. Drops for Patrick Berg. It's a handball, but Reece James is across there. Problem is now Erdegaard's got it. Noosa. And again, cross is blocked by Bukayo Saka.
Send you down the line every time. So gracefully. So he checks on that right foot, it's dangerous.
Become incredibly famous in the United States of America over the last couple of weeks, Erling Haaland. Everybody knows him. Everybody can see him from some distance. Stopping him, it's a different matter. Anderson again wanders over into his orbit. It's Patrick Berg to deliver. Anderson leaves Haaland to run to the near post. But comes back out to Berg. Flipped in by Erdegaard, but that's going to go harmlessly behind for a goal kick. That's a big stadium, this. England fans have come from far and wide to be here. They were all on South Beach last night. Now they're crammed into the home of the Miami Dolphins. It's a stadium that's done big occasions before, and this is a big occasion.
Defender did well.
Spence is now ready himself to come on. One of the heroes of the Aztec era, the clock ran down.
Well, this is interesting. Another defensive change. I can only assume he wants to make absolutely certain we don't concede, and then he's confident we'll get a chance and win the game. Maybe it'll free up some attacking players.
Was encouraged to shoot by those behind the goal. Oscar Bob. Taking on O'Reilly. Those two coming to the well from their time at Manchester City. Sonderberger. Room for Noosa. Comes inside Cotter. His shot taken in the air, but another one of those warning shots. More attempts in England.
Got to get out to him quicker. As soon as he gets into the box, very difficult to stop him. But once he caught that right foot, he's labouring out to him. Looks tired. Right back.
I wonder whether or not that is the change that's going to take place. Also, once has been ever present so far for England at this World Cup.
I think so. I mean, we're playing well in the sense of, you know, we're getting good blocks in and we're staying strong at the back. Like, we're still wide open when it comes to, like, the structure of the team. But yeah, I mean, obviously it's been all Norway for quite a while now, so Obviously, it's about getting the result one way or the other. So like I said, they're getting the luck, England, so maybe it will be their night. But you want to try and win it in open play. Like, you don't want to take the gamble of penalties because that really is a lottery, as they say. Still a while to go though because of the added on time. Oh, yeah. Oh! First good chance we've had in a while.
Still going. He was battling with Newsom. Won the battle and won the corner kick for England with 3 minutes to go. One of them getting through. Watch this, just here, just look. From behind, fullback taking it in front of them. One of them take a chance.
Defender did well.
England thinking about making a change. Morgan Rogers is going to come on. I wonder if Jude Bellingham actually has run his race. Down his fortunes. Let's see. Not want to come on, that's for sure. Eza to take the corner. Moving towards that penalty spot. Kane trying to get free. There was a push there in the back of Arsenal's by Harry Kane. Not happy about the decision.
Silly boy Harry.
Does damage. Well, comes before, hasn't he? Suarez, formerly of Uruguay and Liverpool. An England change now does happen, and it's Ezri Konsa who comes off, and Morgan Rogers who comes on. And that's got to be a fatigue thing with Konsa.
One Villa player for the other.
Interestingly, as Rhys James departed that central area, he went round all of the players trying to rev them up. Change here at left back for Norway. Willawalpa is off. Holger Pedersen is off. From the illness himself. Haaland. Odegaard. There's a chance for Alston to get the cross in. Pushed away by Pickford. It was nowhere near any other red shirt. Spence. Bellingham puts it into space for Spence, and we know he's speedy. He's not that speedy. Opportunity. Opportunity not. James Spence thought that it was going to be one of the most luckiest and fortunate moments of his career. Might have been the biggest.
run, 60-yard sprint to try and get the ball. He's carried on the sprint. Ball's been done.
Tuchel's got the psycho eyes.
The other end defending now, Haaland with the header. There will be another 30 minutes of extra time if it stays like this. Jed Spence. As they're trying to win the free kick, and Patrick Berg a bit too close to him for comfort. So 7 minutes of nerve-wracking added time.
I said 2-1 Cindy, by the way, to England. That was my prediction, so
Everyone's feeling it inside the stadium. Norway have had more attempts than
I might as well stick with it.
a little bit of punching attack. That wave of support which flooded into Miami yesterday. Here's Anderson into Kane, into the area, stumbled with the captain at the vital moment. Norway managed to get it away. That's the mistake now. 20 minutes of spent energy levels need to be replenished. For those who've just come on might be causing a bit of trouble for Norway here. You never know. Morgan Rogers just causes taking a little bit of green. Taking stays down because he knows it delays the taking of the throw. Front might be affecting him. And maybe just late on, England have got one more trick up their sleeve.
Well, it's sort of the opposite of the first half, where England didn't take advantage when they were on top and Norway punished them. And now it's sort of Norway who haven't taken advantage, and hopefully England can punish them.
Completely in the balance and sitting on the knife edge. There's the hope, there's the dream, there's the target. There's still work to be done at the quarterfinal stage. Extra bits of hydration being taken on here. Now, it's not supposed to be allowed, but there are circumstances which the referees being a bit more generous because of the extreme heat here. It's a tinsel, basically.
Supplying everyone with water.
Well, it is an England throw. It's an England throw. Reece James is going to take. And whilst this throw takes place, because of the new rules, Norway will be down to 10 players. Can England capitalise with Bukayo Saka? Elliot Anderson. Now Jed Spence. Spence again. The delivery from Eze didn't quite come.
They're tired, you can tell.
Stones switches it out to James. James back to Stones. Stones swings it in. Bellingham with a touch. It just wasn't a big enough touch. It's angled well past the post.
Harry Kane to slip a penalty. Sheer problem there. It's not holding on and off. He was near close cross again.
Yeah, well, they almost delayed kickoff by an hour, and then there was talk of maybe a thunderstorm happening around the time of kickoff. And you've had the two extremes.
Onto that 7, so there's still a bit of jangling tension for you to endure wherever you are tonight. However late it already is, it looks like it's going to be a later evening than maybe you planned. Thomas Tuchel said there's going to be a point when you're going to have to go the distance. Norway seemingly don't want to settle for that. They momentarily put Hegem up front. Look, he's coming back now into your picture. Switches and changes, so many positional moves on the chessboard.
It's hot in Miami. I was about to say that's the show, but it's not. It's the show's. It's hot in Cleveland, isn't it?
Total control until the first one got sloppy. And the second half.
Oh.
Opportunity for Bellingham to steal in, and he thought his ankle clipped here by Hegem. The referee has stopped the game. He hasn't given the foul yet. If he does, Hegem is in a world of trouble.
Stretched out, caught right in the back there.
Let's have a look.
He wasn't aware that he was there. The pass was made back to the keeper, and then caught him back there. I don't know what, it didn't look like he meant that. Meant to pull it back with his arm, but it certainly didn't mean to extend. It enough that it needed to be a foul.
Christina Uncle says that VAR should not intervene, but Jude Bellingham is telling everybody that that's exactly what should happen. VAR at this moment in time is not. We've seen accidental fouls being punished before, haven't we? Rightly, that didn't get overturned. I don't.
Personally, I don't think that's a foul. It's put together.
Well, Jude Bellingham was not in such a generous mood, but the referee is. And it looks now that we're edging even closer to another extra 30 minutes. Well, we've hit
Had a bit of everything this game.
back at home, 7 o'clock in the evening here in Miami. We're in the early hours of Sunday morning, and we'll be going deep into the early hours of Sunday morning.
Extra time.
To settle it after 90. So there's extra time to come. I hope you're coping. Being put through the ringer again.
Where's the alcohol?
Extra time is next. They're away from home and looking for barbecue joints en route. Oh, we're absolutely going to want this. What a massive play.
We're going deep into the night, baby.
Right, listen in. Intelligence suggests there are gaps in their defense, but they remain a serious threat. So stick to the brief. No heroics. Assessment. It's part of our way of life. Welcome back, Coach. Thank you, sir. Good to back your coach a bunch of goals.
today that was a crime. That's off your mind. So now you can worry about how long's that been in there.
We don't have enough walkers for the party. Walkers? In Miami. Come with it. We cannot go in there. It's too packed. Hi! How you doing? We're having an awesome viewing party, and if you have walkers, you can come with us. No walkers, they're Christians. No walkers, no game.
Chase the digital bank that gives you 2% cash back on groceries. I get cash back on this. Indeed. So like the groceries. Yes. Even on the food groceries. Correct. Yes. Yep. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. You can get back from the supermarket. Yeah. Yes. And with all that cash back, you can turn your weekly shopping to sure, it's your money. Get 2% cash back on groceries, restaurants, everyday transport, and fuel rates. And with Chase.
Co-op members get any 2 packs of 100% British barbecue favourites for £5.50. Co-op, owned by you, right by you.
New Balance, what we got now?
Hang on. I think he's going for it. Oh, he's only going to get it.
Gone at midnight at home, tension levels off the scale. Gary, what does England's mentality have to be in this extra time period?
Get over the line, Mark. I mean, there's no magic wand here or anything. The lads are out there. I wonder whether he will bring Marcus Rashford on. It would be substitute. Taking maybe Eddie off, subbing him, but I think we need some more pace on the pitch. Look, we're in that moment. We've been here before, haven't we? It's never pleasant, only if we get over the line.
Ian, what you say?
Well, it was a bit worrying because, like Gary said there, to take Gordon off and to bring Eze on, I know that he's got his moments and he does have his moments, obviously he will have one, but you just feel like we're not getting out. They seem to have a lot of possession and we can't get out with that pace what Gordon would give us or Rashford would give us. And it feels like a little bit like a problem for us.
The fact that Haaland's limping is even worse. Beware the wounded boxer, they say. Roy, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I think both teams are determined to win. They'll give everything they got. Maybe it'll just be a bit of quality out. Unfortunately, maybe a mistake from somebody that probably decided.
Okay, here we go. Lee Dixon, Sam, that's a pace.
Well, it won't be decided on points. Of extra time to come, possibly penalty kicks. That will decide who gets into the last four of the World Cup. And that's the reason why there is so much tension. That's the reason why the anxiety around this stadium back at home is so prevalent. It's why your heart and ours is beating out of your chest.
Both teams are strikers. We saw that in Mexico down at 10 men, what they did. Also, this Norwegian side as well. They knocked it down number 5. That's what it's going to take.
England had one more substitution.
Referee being a bit fussy there.
Norway have made another in the break between full-time and extra time, and that is the removal of Torbjorn Hagen and the introduction of Østegård. Returning into the game against Brazil, actually gave away a late penalty from which the Brazilians scored a consolation goal in that game against Norway earlier in the tournament last Sunday. It seems a long time ago now. Kickoff seems a long time ago now. Eze switching the play intelligently out to Saka. whipped it by James, towards Rogers. Just didn't get his delivery right there for his James. Usually so reliable from that sort of area.
It's not a difficult cross to knock in. It's fine.
Saka trying to cause problems for the second half left back. Henderson, he's got a bit of an issue. He's going to corner here. Whether or not it might be one of those players who come off the bench and settles the tie. Substitutes have been such a major thing at this tournament. In corner. Remember they scored after the first few seconds of extra time in that game that we were at the last European Championships after Bellingham had done his overhead kick in the dying seconds of normal time. Saka into the near post. Dealt with by Ayer, who was complaining he was being held. Saka again.
Come on.
One, peeling off, takes it back across the face.
Ooh, nearly.
Just about.
First real chance Kane's had.
James to Saka.
Go on.
Saka again with a cross.
Hmm.
Okay, trying to keep it alive. Eza. Rogers from distance.
Worth shooting. Yeah. Yes. Fuck yeah.
It's that man again. Jude Bellingham taking advantage of a slip by Haaland. How costly could that be for Norway? How precious could it be for England? The roof goes off the entire country. And Jude Bellingham is the one that shot it into orbit. England lead in extra time. And Jude Bellingham has put England 2-1 up.
Well, he made a couple of brilliant saves against Brazil. England.
Got that bit of luck again.
How do you feel? Rogers on target, and that's an easy save for him. Bellingham tried to get.
Keeper should have done better, and it came back to Bellingham, who gambled and it paid off.
Presence of mind to follow the ball, hoping that happens. He did. Is that the goal?
But he just can't stop, can he? Every time they need something, who are you going to call?
It's got an actual goal, we know that. And it's those little punch goals that make it even more valuable. Willing to take that little 5-6 yard run just to cover the goalkeeper in case. Ostergaard just come on before on his back, asleep. Bellingham wants to win the game, gets in front of him.
Shirts everywhere inside the stadium being held up. His name being sung. England in front for the first time on the night, and with a lead to defend. They know they can do that.
Here's James here. John Stones, experienced players, game management kicks in. You don't give anything away, you have your games, you hold the ball up. You've got the game in the palm of your hand.
Spence doing well. Morgan Rogers, he took that long shot that shows the value of taking a gamble, buying a ticket. Sometimes you win the lottery. They forward by Spence, and he couldn't get there when England had won it back. More snap. Lucy kicks it out. It's an England throw. tournament goes level with Alan Shearer. Lineker on 10, Kane on 21. Big moments, big players. Bellingham fits into that category.
Makes it a bit easier because Norway have to come and attack us. We can sit back and defend the lead, and hopefully there'll be chances on the counter attack because they're obviously going to throw more. I mean, they were throwing it anyway at us to win the game, to be fair. But it does make it harder for them now. We've got that goal. Otherwise, you're sort of, in a way, just drifted into penalties, and we know that's a lottery.
We saw the game in the Aztec league. I think we defended brilliantly. What's your advice to them now as they go into this period of the game where they have the lead for the first time in it?
Yeah, getting on as we talked about in this player. Two red shirts, gone close down, not really many spaces. Just being passive is not enough. You've got to engage. And this guy gets in the ball, you have to engage him, don't give him any space. Not let him kick the pass, make him force the pass.
When you get it, keep it. Bellingham packs it on. Rodgers, an age-old teammate, goes chasing. Iron puts it out.
Score another one, that's good tactic. What was going on?
It's his second time. And certainly in this week that has been draining physically, mentally. It's Bellingham who steps up.
But yeah, it's about concentration and game management now. If we stay focused and stay in control, then we should win the game.
Big watch parties across the country. Probably half covered in beer by now, we'll know that. I feel the temperature's really high back in the UK even at this time. Here's Spence weaving his way into a really good position and drawing a penalty. The referee had no
Penalty.
whatsoever. Jim Spence dancing into the box, draws the foul, and this is massive. He knows it. A big suck in the air from Sir David Beckham, because he knows this could be a crucial moment in the quarter-final.
Well, I'm pretty sure that Thomas Tuchel's not shouting at Jed Spence now. He's clapping his hands, he's smiling. Great look.
Oh, I'd like to see this again because that didn't look clear cut to me. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's going to go to VAR. I think that's a bit harsh if they give that. I mean, I think Tuchel's justified in bringing on Spence because he's definitely made a difference.
Suffered a little bit of disappointment for VAR reviews this summer, might be suffering another one. Remember, he benefited from the fact that Norway had a goal disallowed earlier in the game by this method.
There's no doubt, great goal, really is. And he just slipped across with that right leg. When he put his right leg where he wants, which he would count. Is he initiating a foul? Is he trying to protect the ball? I think that's half the ball.
Is it clear and obvious there?
It's sort of half and half, isn't it? That's the thing. That's why I don't think it's a foul.
Saka put his leg in front of the defender without any foul. So final decision, no foul. Well, Norway bringing a huge sigh of relief. No penalty is the verdict. And England.
I think that's probably the right decision.
What I will say about that, you just watch his body position. He's slightly off to the left. Now, for me, he's putting his leg across the defender. There's no doubt about that. But he's also trying to protect the ball. So there's an element of doubt. I don't think that should be overturned.
Well, that is a debate that will raise and raise if things take another twist. Nusa. Took your time that as well, didn't it? And the reward of the penalty and then the eventual VAR review. Nusa trying to get forward. Addison manages to fend it away. Oh my eye. Thomas Tuchel is going balmy down in front of us because he believes it was. What's come on? What's part of the VAR review? But they're concentrating Nusa. And there was a good stop by Mark Gay. Goes out for a corner, but on the balance of what it could have been, that's the better outcome.
Just guilty of not going out to his marker, who then kicks a pass right along the 18-yard box. And it's Nusa, really defended from Gay. He gets out there really quickly. They have to Gay to play up the ball.
Yeah, this commentator is getting on my nerves tonight because in the first half, after the Norway goal, he wouldn't shut up for ages about how it was definitely meant as a cross. He said it like 4 or 5 times. Yeah, well, normally with ITV, I don't mind them, but it's the main pair who tend to have England games. I'm not really a big fan of.
Over on that far side. Well spotted by Anderson.
Probably the substitutions have made a difference just because they've added fresh legs. Partly because England were looking really out of it.
away by Berg. Anderson is there. Norway tiring a little bit now as well, so visibly. The pace of the game is slow, so spectacularly because of the heat-sapping environment that we find ourselves in. And the players know that they're edging closer and closer. Nearly half-time. Anderson with the cross. So Frank actually goes up. Still 90 seconds to go before half-time and extra time. I was giving the ball quickly and immediately playing engaged. Making the dance to the near post. Saka. Got support from James. James goes on the overlap. Comes back to Bellingham who tries to tease it, but still underneath it a little bit. And that took it well away from goal. It's a satisfactory first 15 minutes, that's for sure.
You remind yourself when you get a little break and you win the game. Penalty not given. Still 2-1 on these games. We still have one substitution, one card to play. Extra time in extra time. One of the subs is trying to cause problems for Ashes. Ashes gets it only as far as can. Play down 3 minutes, and that's enough. For the half-time whistle, there's still 15 nerve-wracking moments to come. But at half-time and extra time. He's England who lead by 2-1, and Jude Bellingham has done the damage again.
Ian Bellingham following in as you always thought as a striker, no matter how tired you are, how late in the game. Just keep following those shots here.
But it's the striker that doesn't follow in and doesn't get the goals because if you go in 9 times, you've got to go in the 10th as well because 9 times out of 10 you got there. And that's what you needed. You needed somebody to follow it in. We needed someone to shoot in the first, which is Morgan Rogers. It's good to see, but obviously he's come up with the goods again.
Absolutely. And we've got to be fair, Gary. VAR was on England's side earlier, and it was correct to rule that penalty out, wasn't it, once we had a look at it?
Yeah, they definitely got it right. I think Jeff Spencer's done well with the run, but he just put his foot in front of him. This stuff for the goal. Jude Bellingham's movement, once he follows that in, and keeper obviously makes a mess of it. He just darts in front of the defender. Absolutely brilliant. I'm giving a special mention to Billy Armstrong. He can't stand in the game. So him and Jude Bellingham by far our best players have been brilliant.
In the last 15 minutes, if you from England's point of view, Roy, if Anderson and Bellingham were on the ball all the time, you'd be pretty comfortable they're going to get over the line.
Yeah, just try not to have some sort of control in the game. Obviously, Norway going to gamble a bit more. You can stay from the goalkeeper there. He's obviously not played much football. I think he's 78 last year. So they have a bit moments there, that sharpness, which has cost them. But England certainly have that control. Norway will take a gamble and probably even more space for England to pick them off. So they're all concentration now. Good concentration. We've obviously got this game where we want it. We've just got 15 more minutes of really good defending. You see what Thomas Tuchel does, because he makes substitutions, he brings down Burnham, he short things up a little bit more.
He's got one more sub that he can make. But Ian, there's always that man Haaland. That's why you have to be ultra concentrated.
Absolutely. Like I was just thinking, Harry's been quite quiet in this game as well. I think if they do go for it, then you can see maybe that might be the time for Harry to nick that goal. You know that he's capable of getting. So it's still like you can't relax until it's done. Yeah, I still think we've got another goal.
Yeah, the first teams like Argentina have been streetwise. This one England have to be streetwise now. We'll never get it wide. They'll look after the ball, get them up the pitch, win free kicks, slow the game down. Yeah, and they get these smart with their play.
Another colossal performance from Jude Bellingham. We saw there on the Golden Boot list, which is an all-round footballer. This is the last game. So here comes Strand Larsen. So you can see they're throwing another man up. Oh.
No.
Well, I think my O reflects all the O's. Maybe he's getting a little bit short, the great man, but still. Okay, let's go back to Lee and to Sam with no Haaland on the pitch. Oh!
Still went out. I think there was a whole country that
Why would you take Haaland off?
Trump as a coach with 15 minutes to go. I know he's an enigma. I know he doesn't run about a lot, but he's a goal machine. You need a goal. I can't believe he's not injured.
He's been replaced by Crystal Palace's record signing, Jurgen Strand Larsen, who's had a mixed World Cup actually, picked up an illness, missed the penalty. But he's now come on to try and cause England more anxiety.
He could get a goal, and I mean, or could have got a goal if they left him on. And if they do equalise, you want him on the field for penalties.
England had to defend the lead in the Azteca for a lot longer than this. They did it. With just 10 players. They've got the full confidence in that. That makes a difference. Big game's coming. It's just getting stripped and ready for action. That's why you've heard the ripple of noise around the stadium. Very popular after his contribution in Mexico. Here's Berg for Norway. Oscar ball. Nusa. Still Nusa. Dangerous cross which Stones manages to get out of the penalty area cleanly, and then Bellingham was fouled. Bellingham was the guilty party.
Stones actually experienced right now.
I think there's a lot of debate about whether
Fucking hell, Jude. You went down too easy there, mate. Yeah, you might have a point there, Cindy. Oh, Dixon, you're being such a biased dickhead. He's getting on Haaland now. What a tosser.
All of his changes now, there's still one to make for England. That was certain, but his bid still remains. Every second counts now, every moment the clock ticks towards 120 to step closer to achieving the first semi-final of the World Cup since 2018. It just feels like a lifetime right now. Whistled over the top of the crossbar. He made that extra bit of room.
Huge chance. Huge chance. There's space himself on that right foot.
Space by Østigard, picked up by Nusa, getting by James. Good interaction by Rhys James, and now Harry Kane has the chance to move the ball away. Bukayo Saka, Kane drifts into a central position. Saka trying to get the off the defence. He does that.
Oh well, and keeper's off his line as well. Oh. Oh. Keeper did well. Yeah, that's true. He probably was the man of the match against Brazil, the keeper. Player of our tournament so far, Bellingham. Well, the way we started the extra time is what's winning us the game, really. Always rising that. Still got another game to go there yet, Cindy. And if that goes into extra time, it will be a very long night. Oh, that's a silly foul. Well, no disrespect to Switzerland, but probably in many ways England will be hoping Switzerland cause an upset later. But after tonight, you can't take anyone for granted. Well, I guess I'm just used to it because of keeping late hours for the channel, but luckily not too much left of the World Cup now. You're amazed they don't sneak in a hydration break in extra time, aren't you? They do have a bit of a break, to be fair, before the start of extra time. So we've got a minute and whatever he adds on. Probably a few more minutes then, because there's been a few stoppages.
control of the ball. Eze tries to keep it on the front foot.
Ooh.
They're surely away for safety. There will be added time.
Of course they will.
He's going to hold it. He's going to keep it. Anywhere as long as it's not a red shirt. They have got it back. Haaland is looking for a ball. Big Jack Burney's up there. The header is a third one. Then Smith runs it out. And it's going to go as an England throw. England just needs seconds from celebration now to Bellingham, who is stepping closer to cementing a place in the England Hall of Fame.
2 minutes to go. 2 minutes added on.
Hang on for England. Rodgers takes it to the corner.
That's what you want. Still can't believe he took Haaland off. Even if he's slightly injured, you would think he can make it for the last 15 minutes. And then who knows, he might have got a chance. I don't know if that was the Norway manager's way of throwing in the towel. Seems a bit premature. That's it. It would be more understandable us taking off Kane than them taking off Haaland. Burns the man. Oh, you're clearly ahead because it hasn't gone for me yet. It has now. Oh, spoiler alert, Cindy. Well, it's all right. I mean, it was the dying seconds. I figured they would probably get over the line at that point. It was literally like 3 seconds or something. Well, job done. Just about job done.
Refuses to back down when the pressure is on. The dream is still wildly, brilliantly alive. We're on the semi-finals. Haaland won't be going there, but he knows he's been in a game of epic proportions. Fourth World Cup semi-final in England's history. Only the class of '66 and Italian '90 and 2018 have taken them this far.
Only the 4th semi-final in our history in the World Cup. And they've been spread out as well. 66, when obviously we won it. 1990, that was my first World Cup watching. I remember watching the match against Germany. We lost on penalties. And I was only about 9 or something at the time, so I was I got all emotional, as you do at that age. And then 2018. And now this year, so they've all been quite well spread out. Ben's a big boy. Yeah. Well, you've got to beat the best, Cindy. If you're going to win the tournament, you've got to beat the best. I guess it's similar though, Argentina and us. I think we've both kind of just done enough to get through in a couple of games without really playing at our best. You know, we both rode our luck. But yeah, Messi and Kane would be a good one to see. Wonderwall is #1 in the charts in the UK because of it being the adopted anthem. I bet there's some Americans who haven't even heard of Wonderwall and heard of Oasis, and they're a bit perplexed by the whole thing. Because they weren't so big in the US. I'm trying to think if it got to #1 originally. I don't know if it did. Might have done. Because they had the, like, you might not know this, but in the 90s, there was like this rivalry between Oasis and Blur, which probably was just all manufactured for show, but it was like this big rivalry, and they had like singles competing for the #1, and Blur won. I think it was Country House by Blur against Roll With It from Oasis. And Blur won that one. Yeah, I prefer Blur because I think after the first couple of albums, Oasis petered out. Like, their first 2 albums were definitely their best. Our manager's getting a bit touchy with his experience as well. Yeah. Well, he's admitting we got a bit lucky, so fair enough on there. Yeah, I think Blur had a bit more of a career. To go back to the music thing, I think they continued doing different kinds of things throughout their career and kind of had good songs throughout their career. Yeah, the manager's right, saying we can play better and we need to play better. He's right about that.
So this is the best thing to do. I thought the timing and the message from the manager is fantastic. John Stones, as he was in the dressing room the other day, Declan Rice pretending to hurt his shoulder. Well, after the mistake he made in the 33rd minute, John Stones, he had some dodgy moments, but he played the ball 120 years.
Yeah, he did. And again, it's a manager who's got a lot of faith in him. We're not talking about how many games he's played, how many games he's played in this tournament. And he's come on and obviously, even in the game before, when games he made that tackle.
Well, who knows, Cindy? Maybe one day I'll do some music content.
Semi-final. What don't you know today? Character, perseverance, even when things aren't working. We found a way to win the game again, whether it's in 90, 120. We'll get everything we've got. You saw that everyone was ready to come on, came on and smashed it. So yeah, so proud of this team once again and a welcome semi-final. It's been a victory in many senses for the sport, but then definitely it was a victory for everyone. I keep saying it. This is whole country wins. Everyone is behind us. All the players are here, staff. Credit to everyone. It's a huge shift over. Still right goals for them, but fantastic. A couple of yards to feel as good as any in this way. Yeah, definitely. I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to do a video ranking the Bond themes at some point. I might as well, since I'm going through the films anyway.
Warriors didn't look like they were new to it. All three of them and whoever else came on was top level. Well, there's one thing to have quality, which all the lads in this group do, but you don't know how much mentality and time they've got to in a situation like that. And they've found themselves. The manager's actually not very happy.
You would like to think so. They're still in the casting process, but they've been casting for a few weeks now, I think. So yeah, you would like. But you don't know. I mean, it could take a while, Cindy, because with past Bond films, I've read that they've auditioned like 300 actors. So if they audition anywhere near that for this, then it could be a while.
England fans and England players, but again, a player like Jude, you know what he's about. He's given everything, and he's thinking that, you know, the manager said something like that, he doesn't appreciate. I love what they've given. I love both these teams. Honestly, I thought some of the teams look fantastic, and Jude's best belly in response. He's absolutely brilliant. And they're awesome. Straight after the game, Jude's listening to nominate you all.
Madison had a good suggestion when I spoke to her the other night. She said, however you say his name, David Desmulchen, however you say his name. You know the guy I mean. That was a good show. I could definitely see him being a good Bond villain.